Hello everyone. In this video I am going to explain you the solution for our assignment given the ER diagram, or having drawn the ER model, how to convert that ER model into a relational schema, right? So let us see the solution for our assignment. So in the first assignment, this was the problem statement provided related to the club activities. So we have drawn already the ER model for this given problem statement. So we are having our ER model with us, wherein we are having the entity sets as student, club and activity, and we are having the relationships like member between student and club, precedent once again between student and club, the relationship set student activity stud act between student and activity, and we are having one more relationship, many to many relationship, club activity between the club entity set and the activity entity set. This club activity relationship set is having the descriptive attribute fees, right? So I hope you must have understood this ER model, how we have drawn this ER model. For reference, you may refer to the earlier video that was posted related to drawing of this ER model. Okay, now as we are having with us this ER model, today we are going to see how this ER model can be converted into a relational model or a relational schema. So we are supposed to apply the rules for converting ER model into the relational schema. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to create the relations for every entity set that we have. Okay, so student is the entity set, activity is the entity set, and club is the entity set. So while drawing the relational model, what we should do is, first we should prepare the relations for the entity sets, and then we should go for the relations for the relationship sets in our ER model. So I am providing you the solution for this problem. So this is our relational model, and now I am going to explain you how we have come up with this model. So we have already gone through the rules for converting the ER model into the relational schema, and we have covered these concepts in our theory classes, so you may refer to these videos as well. So as I stated, we are going to create the relations for the entity sets in ER model. So we are having here the first entity set, that is student. So first of all, we'll create a relation for the student entity set. So this is our relation student. So what are the attributes now? See here, SID is the primary key. So we are having SID as the primary key for the student relation. Then we are having the composite attribute SName. So as per the rules, we are flattening out that composite variable. So instead of having the attribute SName in our relation, what we are going to do is, we'll be having three separate components. So we are having for SName three components here. So for every component of the composite attribute, we will be having one column, okay, or one attribute in our relation. So we are having SFName as the separate attribute, SMName as another attribute, and SLName as one more attribute. So these three are the separate attributes in our relation. Also we are having one more attribute for student, and that is SEmail. So we are having here SEmail as one of the attributes. So this is how we have created the relation student. Okay, now the next entity set that we will consider is the activity. So for this activity entity set, we are having here a separate relation, that is activity. Okay, So what are the attributes? AID is the primary key. So we will have this AID as the primary key of activity. Then a title, a date, a time, a place. These are the various outputs. So we'll be having all those attributes for the relation activity: a title, a date, a time and a place. So we are done with this entity set activity. Now let us see the third entity set, that is club. Okay, so for club we are having here a separate table or the relation. So what are the attributes? There are three attributes provided: CID, CNAME, CPhone, where CID is the primary key. So here also we are having the CID as the primary key for this club. So we are having these three attributes as it is: CID, CNAME and CPhone. Okay, so what is this one more attribute and why we have added that attribute? Let us see that attribute a bit later. Now let us look at all the relationship sets in our ER model. So we are having member, which is n by n, many to many relationship set; stud act, which is also a many to many relationship set; and club act, which is also many to many relationship set. According to our rules, if we are having any many to many relationship set, then we should have a separate table for that relationship set. Okay, so we should have stud act separate table, we should have club act separate table because all are many to many tables, and the member, once again many to many relationship set, so we should have that separate table. Okay, now what about the attributes of these tables? Obviously, as per the rules, the relationship set table will have the attributes from the participating entity sets, or the primary keys of the participating entity sets will form the attributes of the relationship set. So say for example, stud act is the relationship set. So which are the entity set participating? So we are having student and activity. So what is the primary key of student? SID. And what is the primary key of activity? That is AID. So the attributes for student act, stud act relationship set are SID and AID. Okay, now the primary key of this relationship, many to many relationship, will be the composite primary key comprising of the primary keys of the participating entity sets. So SID, AID together will form the primary key for this stud act relation. Okay, now one more important point to be noted: this SID is the primary key of student table. Okay, and this AID is the primary key of activity table or activity relation. So these two are the foreign keys, those are borrowed from these respective relations, right? And that is why we have shown here these links to the respective primary keys in the respective relations. So SID is borrowed from student table. So SID in student stud act relation to SID in student, there should be one link, directed link. So this link will go from stud act SID to student SID. This says that this SID is the foreign key and that is borrowed from student table. Similarly, AID in stud act relation is the foreign key and that is borrowed from activity relation. So we are having this link directing from AID of stud act to AID of activity. Okay, now so we are done with this stud act. Okay, now let us see this club act. club act is the relationship between activity and club. Okay, and this is many to many relationship. What does this mean, many to many relationship? This means that one activity can be organized by more than one clubs, and one club may have more than one activities, and that is why it is end to end, many to many relationship set. Also, we have seen that this relationship set is having one attribute also, descriptive attribute of this relationship itself, and that is fees. So whenever we convert this relationship set, many to many relationship set, into a tabular form or into a relation in relational model, what we should have is, we should have a separate relation club act for this relationship set club act in ER model. What are the attributes? Obviously, the primary keys of the participating entity sets will be the attributes. So primary key of club is CID, that would be one attribute. Primary key of activity AID, that would be another attribute, and these two attributes together will form the primary key of this relation club act, and that is why we have shown the underlines to both the attributes here in the relational model. So the primary key of club act relation is the composite primary key CID AID. Okay, and as we are having a descriptive attribute here for this relationship set club act, we need to add this attribute in the respective relation club act. So fees would be the third attribute in club act relation. So we have done with this club act. Okay, now what has remained? The remaining is this relationship precedent. Okay, and this precedent relationship is one-to-one relationship set. Okay, and this club is participating, club entity set is participating totally in this relationship set precedent. Okay, so what we should do is, we should apply now the rule, and what our rule says, if there is a total participation, okay, and if this is a one-to-one relationship set, then if it is total participation, meaning every club must participate in this relationship set precedent. That means every club must have a president, right, and only one president, not more than that. So what we can do is, instead of creating a separate relation president, what we can do is, we can think of adding the primary key. See, if the relationship is one-to-one, we may add the primary key of either of the participating entity sets in the table related to other participating entity set. So we may add club ID, CID in student table, or we may add SID in club table. But as club is participating totally, so every club should have a president, but not necessarily every student is the president of any of the clubs, right? So as we are having this total participation, it is a good idea that add primary key of the student relation into the club relation. So we are having here the primary key of the student relation added. Every club is having a president, and president is nothing but the student, correct? So the student ID is being added into the club relation, right? And the reason is, club is participating totally in this president relationship. So no need to create the separate table for president, but instead what we can do is, we can add the primary key of student table into club. So this will help us to identify who is the president of that club. Okay, now as SID is the primary key of the student, we should have SID as the foreign key in club, and this has been depicted with this particular link from SID in club to SID in student, right? So similarly, if you look at all these relations, wherever we are making use of the foreign keys, okay, we are having the links associated with that. So the link will go from foreign key to the primary key of the respective table. So here AID is the foreign key that is borrowed from activity table. So link is from foreign key AID to primary key AID. Link from foreign key CID to primary key CID. In member we are having SID and CID. So SID is the student ID, CID is the club ID, and we are borrowing these two attributes from these two respective relations, student and club. So for member relation we are having these two as the foreign keys, and these two are forming the primary key of the member. So SID is the foreign key. So from foreign key to the primary key SID we are having the link, and from this foreign key CID to the primary key CID in club we are having the link. So this is how we have come up with the relational model for the given club activity problem statement, right? So I hope you must have understood how to come up with the relational model from the ER model. So please note, if our ER model is correct, then we come up with, by application of the appropriate rules, we come up with the relational model. And once the relational model is correct, then it is possible to implement it in one of the relational database management systems. Okay, so this is the solution for the problem. Thank you.